So in my overreaching video, part one, I talked about some of the symptoms that I've had in feeling overreached. One is wanting to leave a workout right in the middle of it, bailing on some sets and reps. Weight feeling much heavier than it should feel or as it's felt in the past. Truly just knowing that you can't do something that you've done before. Feeling fear or anxiety going into a workout because you feel like you're not going to be able to do it. Some symptoms that I didn't mention in the first video was a lack or a loss of grit or adrenaline or that drive and will of, I'm going to get this, I can do this, I'm ready to go. It's been a while also since I've woken up and felt great, like, oh yeah, I'm ready to attack the day, I'm ready to go in and kill it in the gym. That's another sign. Also, one sign that I've had in the past, which thankfully I don't have now, is having trouble sleeping. My sleeping has been great. One symptom of overreaching, though, related to sleep is when you wake up and you slept a long time and you don't feel very good still, or you still feel kind of hazy or groggy or fuzzy. And I slept 8 hours and 45 minutes last night, and I woke up and I thought to myself, I want to sleep some more, which is very unusual for me. I usually sleep 6.5, 7 hours, maybe 7.5 at the most. So those are some symptoms, that are a very clear indication that you are overreached. The good news about my current lower body situation is that it is not affecting my upper body training. My benching, as I mentioned before, has gone really well. I have hit a lifetime PR on pull-ups. I've had really great upper body, work with the dips and triceps and all, chest, movements, things like that. So it's not a full body thing, which for me it has been in the past. When I was on 531, man, I went into every workout in 531 with the mindset that that I'm Mark Bell and I'm gonna hit rep PRs every goddamn day. So it's not gotten to that stage yet. My lower back does feel pretty good. I'm cautiously optimistic about my deadlift training tomorrow. I am going to do things quite a bit differently now with my deadlifts and the squatting, and that's what I'm going to talk about now. I'm going to show some screenshots of the programming about how it should be done versus how I have been doing it. And so hopefully, if I start to follow this program, which I love very much, to the T, just do everything, right as it is, drawn up, I do think that it will, turn around very quickly, because I've been following the upper body training according to the way the program follows, or as I'm supposed to follow it, minus the Monday benching. But anyways, I am very optimistic for this upcoming training. What you see here is Prilepin's chart. I believe that Prilepin was a famous Russian weightlifting coach who, through his years of training and observing and coaching weightlifting athletes, was able to devise a plan of what he believed to be the best intensity and volume amounts for his athletes. And that is the chart that I had more or less been following since January 1st of this year. I had been trying to do deadlifts at 85% of my estimated 1 rep max, which I would just calculate based on the weight and the reps that I would lift on a certain week. And so I think right now my estimated 1 rep max on the deadlift is about 510 pounds. That's based on my AMRAP set from 2 weeks ago. However, after my most recent deadlift training session, I definitely went into the overreached phase, and so I'm going to have to alter that. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start following the strength training program, which I'm on, word for word, and I'm going to stick to the numbers, and hopefully that will be better for my body, and I'll still be able to make the strength gains which I'm wanting to make. The problem that I had was I kept going for AMRAP sets, as many reps as possible,
and eventually that just led to a lot of burnout. That's not to say that AMRAP sets don't have value. They actually have a lot of value, and I increased my strength quite a bit. I had never been able to lift that much weight for that many reps ever in my life, and so I've definitely gone into uncharted waters in terms of my strength. So that is a good thing, but it's time to make a change. So this is the program for the squats. I had been following this pretty closely, but there were some things that I had been doing differently. One thing is, for the 85% of estimated 1 rep max intensities, I had been doing 5 sets of 3, not 4. And then for the 90% intensities, I had been doing doubles instead of singles. So definitely going to go down to 4 sets and singles rather than doing doubles. And then I will go ahead and with the high bar squats on Wednesday, which I do instead of front squats because I don't have the mobility to do that. I'm going to go ahead and start to follow the rep maxes and rep ranges that are on the program.
We are here at the end of the video. I hope that this little 2-part video was informative. Please give it a thumbs up, a like, if it was informative and enjoyable for you to listen to. Comment questions, please leave them in the comments box. Subscribe if you haven't. As you can see, I'm wearing a POC Barbell Club. One of my students hooked me up with this shirt. I'm gonna wear it tomorrow when I deadlift, so looking forward to that. Hopefully I don't go into the gym and lay an egg. I think for the deadlifts, I'll go in and I'll do the 6 sets of 3 reps of the every minute on the minute deadlifts at I believe it's 70% of the estimated 1 rep max, so I think it's like 355 pounds or something around there. One thing that I will be doing differently than the program has written out is I will not be maxing in the 4th week. I really want to stick to building strength, not testing it. I've more or less reached my limit at this stage in the game. Maybe if I start to feel a lot better, I'll start to push it a little bit harder. But I think I'm pretty content with where I'm at now, and I'll just take it slow and steady from here on out. So deadlifts and close grip bench press tomorrow. I do feel ready. I do feel good. Not the best, of course, but I am ready to go. So hopefully I will bring some good training footage to you guys tomorrow. Have a nice weekend.